Hey, what's up, guys? It's the Cigar Dad. I am back to my left. You can see we're in the vehicle. We are on the road. This is going to be the first road video, road show that we're going to do the Cigar Dad Craft and Puro road show this weekend with you guys.
Show,
yeah. So we are heading on we are on our way out to Weston, Missouri for the Westin Whiskey Fest. I posted about a little bit of this on my Instagram. I really haven't done a lot with the blog this week. I've been in a class all week long, so things have just been hectic. So, well, hey, you know, obviously you guys know Mark. This is the Viking from the CEO, owner, operator of Craft and Puro podcast.
I should get a desk.
You should definitely get a desk.
I should have like a nameplate. Yeah.
And then behind me, who you guys may or may not know, this is Mr. Mad Russian, or Mark Soifer for those of you
Say
who
something
don't
in
know.
Russian.
Yeah,
Roto-Rooter.
Whatever. Yeah, Roto-Rooter. Anyway, so hey, yeah, so we're on our way out there. We're gonna probably drink a shitload of whiskey later today. Maybe we'll do a video tonight when we're kind of litty titty, and we'll have a little bit of fun with this. So sorry if the video's kind of rocking a little bit. I just got the GoPro on the dash. So yeah, we were kind of burning through some cigars. We're making our way across good old central Missouri. Soifer, Mad Russian, what are you smoking back there, my friend?
Room 101, 11th anniversary.
Oh, man. Viking, what you got?
I'm smoking, this is the Davidoff 2021 limited edition.
Yeah.
It's got the late hour wrapper on it and then the binder and filler from the classic Winston Churchill. So, Cigar Dad guys, what's up? Daddy over here said, we're traveling through. We got a few more hours.
Yeah.
So we're just we're shooting the shit, having fun. We're gonna smoke some cigars. But it's gonna be pretty cool. We got these, the Mad Russian I think we figured this out this morning, or on the road trip so far, that we finally figured out where we got these tickets at. But Mad Russian here was up at La Cultura in Kansas City, and was talking to Mike and Ben. That they were going out here, and he kind of sent us to us our little frat boy group chat that we have, and we bought these tickets.
Kind of forgot we bought them.
Yeah, we did. And it's actually kind of cool when you look into it. So Weston up here, there's a pretty big cigar shop up here we're pretty excited to get into. They do a Weston Cigar Fest and a Weston Whiskey Fest.
Yep.
And the Cigar Fest looked cool, had a little bit of whiskey, but then this Whiskey Fest has all these whiskey suppliers coming out and General Cigars still running the cigars there.
That's Mr. Rusty McCauley.
Yeah, Wreck-It Rusty will be there, all that. You'll see him today. But that's got, in the venue, you can still smoke cigars while you're walking around drinking the whiskey. So I think this one will be a little more fun, I think. I don't know, I've never been to either one of them, so we'll kind of see.
And I think they're kind of doing a semi-combination with this one of like the Whiskey Fest and the Cigar Fest, just because I think like last year, obviously, I don't think they had one. So at least that I know of. So this is the 5th annual Whiskey Fest that Weston's putting on, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't even know Weston, Missouri was a fucking town until earlier this year when we bought those tickets. So I mean, hey, cheers to it. I'm all about it, man. Gets a chance to get out and enjoy it.
I discovered that town in 2015 after I came back from East Africa. It's a lot of people in that little town are part of the same Army Reserve unit.
Yeah.
So that's how I met some of those people.
Yeah.
So they said you ought to come check out our town. There's actually a pretty nice brewery there.
Yeah.
So the guy who invited me had a small ownership stake in the brewery, and he filled up my back seat with beer and refused to take any money for it.
That's not a bad thing to have happen. But no, so I'm actually, before we get any further, I'm smoking the Tatuaje. This is the Mummy.
Yeah.
This is out of the Monster.
That's the Face.
The Face. Sorry, this is the Face. My bad. He knows this better than I do. This is the this is out of the Monster Mash pack that they released this year.
Oh, shout out to Zach down at Captain Z's. So got about 8 mash boxes.
Yeah, so you can still find the mash box out there in the wild. It wasn't super limited. I know like the Frank Redux is starting to get hard to find now.
Wrapping up, man.
Yeah, they're going away. Luckily, we all got our hands on a box whenever those released. So it's good stuff. So yeah, I mean, honestly, we're just gonna, I mean, we don't have anything planned for this. We're just gonna chit chat and talk and BS.
It's kind of cool to, you know, I smoke in my truck, obviously. I mean, it's not like we're popping a cherry or anything, but it's not often that I'm sitting in the truck with just the boys and we're having cigars and talking shit driving.
Yeah.
It doesn't have this. This is our first road trip.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the first time we've all been out together, on the road.
And I'm calling it a road trip because it's 4 fucking hours, guys. It's a road trip, right?
Yeah, I mean, it is. Anything over like 2 hours is a road trip.
For sure. Or an hour down a really boring road.
That's true. Which, I mean, if you're in Missouri or Illinois, that's most of the roads out there.
That's very true.
So yeah, I mean, things are good though. I mean, we've all kind of been pretty busy here lately, and obviously we were all hanging out last Friday for Halloween. That was a great fucking time, man. Oh gosh.
I'm still impressed when we threw those axes. I nailed that.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful, man. Like, that was good stuff. You know, we had a good time last weekend. Definitely tied one on, and just had an all-around great evening.
Yeah, we put it to work. I made that rookie mistake again when I get really excited and I buy a bottle and then I bring the bottle. Really got to stop doing that shit.
Well, I mean,
up the next morning we're packing. I'm like, oh, I got to get my 1792, and I'm like,
oh, it's gone.
She gone.
Yeah, so yeah, we cleared a bottle of 1792 single barrel, which was phenomenal. We had a couple pours of the Michter's 10-year rye, which I'm going to write about that one later, you know, in the coming weeks. But that was an amazing bottle. That's his unicorn, right?
That's my unicorn, yeah.
So that was really cool. And then, you know, we had a lot of great fun, and then of course I think we cleared out more than half of my bottle of Roadstock rye.
Yep.
And
there was something else up there. We had a Mark. What did you bring?
Ezra Brooks.
Ezra Brooks. Yeah, it's 7-year. Yeah. Yeah, that was it was good, man. We had a lot of fun. You know, good company.
Broke in the new fire pit that I built.
Yeah, the Cigar Daddy's done a really, him and his missus have done a really dope ass job of kind of reviving their house.
Oh,
man.
yeah,
It's
a nice place.
It's not like it sucked at any point, but it's dialed in, man. It's dialed in real well. Really like it. Looks great. And yeah, the fire pit's awesome, man.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'll probably throw some pictures up on the blog at some point of kind of the fall and winter months when we start to get the fire pit going, and we sit out by the fire table in the tent and all that. So, well, that'll be probably where I do a lot of my stuff this year, the rest of this year, until it gets too absolutely cold, and I'll just have to close it up in the garage with the propane heater. But
hot box the garage.
Yeah, oh yeah. Luckily that garage is huge.
What do you have coming up for your blog?
So I think late this weekend, early next week. Obviously, like I'm gonna try to get this post up on Sunday, so you guys can see that it's currently Saturday morning. And then I need to put the video up too of Dave Wegler's and I. We had a little smoke session through some Mil Diaz the other day. We were sipping on some 6-year Rally Point rye for 5 years. So yeah, that was when I did the interview with him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we sat out front and smoked a cigar and talked about it. That'll be a shorter video. That's just like when it's going to be one of the true like cigar reviews, where we just talk about the things that we've noticed during the thirds and stuff. Yeah, that one was really fun because it was like 65, 70 degrees. We were downtown St. Louis, like.
Yeah, at the distillery?
Oh yeah, it was beautiful.
At the former Hardee's?
At the former Hardee's, yeah. So, or as Dave likes to call it, the Hardee's.
Hardee's.
The French restaurant, the Hardee's. Oh yeah.
The Hardee's.
Beyond that, you know, I got a lot of good smokes coming in. I got my hands on some Nappy Bees from Room 101. As you guys know, I'm a big Room 101 fan.
That's a fire cigar.
Yeah, it is a very rare cigar. These are some very vintage sticks.
Tis old.
Yeah, and then Luxury Cigar Club, shout out to them. They did a collaboration with Matt Booth, and they have re-released the the Johnny Tobacco Knot, which I have plans to get Johnny Tobacco Knot tattooed here on my arm to kind of add to the piece.
It fits.
Yeah,
I get it. Yeah, I like that.
So yeah. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of what's coming up. I know I'm going to talk about those guys. I've got a lot of other cigars to smoke and to try out.
I'm excited to smoke that cigar.
Yeah, the Nappy Bee.
Wait, nudge. Yeah, the Johnny Tobacco Knot. That I've never smoked any of those. I really liked it, but if anybody's been in the industry a little while, if you remember the Ichiban, when it first released, it came in that Chinese finger trap paper that the Johnny Tobacconists in.
Yeah.
And it really kind of took the facing world by storm because it was the first. They were still boutique then. 101 was. They've kind of classed themselves out of that by my standards. Like,
they definitely have some bigger like non-boutique cigars.
By industry standard, they're not boutique anymore. They still do very boutique releases, which is really cool, which I enjoy, but they're not in that boutique thing anymore.
Yeah, like the Forest and the Big Payback, they release those in such massive quantities. I mean, they're not really boutique.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I mean, honestly, it's like, I mean, you see with any boutique cigar, right, that really has, that gains the type of following that like Room 101 has. I mean, you're at some point you're going to grow out of that boutique, right?
Well, that's the goal.
You have boutique roots no matter what.
Yeah.
But
well, that's like, you know, like right now, Craft and Puro, right?
Sure.
That's boutique. Okay, right now. But in my mind, the minute that we exit the St. Louis market, not exit the St. Louis market, but we expand past that, it won't be boutique anymore.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, for instance, like, not to plug Craft and Puro anymore, but I
love Roadhead.
I had the opportunity on Halloween to smoke the new Hooligan, right? And this is the new Hooligan, right? This is the Craft and Puro, their second release. Really cool, really cool cigar. I absolutely freaking loved it when I smoked it the other day. That was a grade A smoke. I absolutely love it. You guys are gonna love it too. Definitely a little bit different in the ways, a little bit more potent, has a lot more body, and a little bit more strength than the Cyclops, but definitely a great smoke. So yeah, I mean, that's just kind of the things that we've all been kind of working on. Mark, you know, moving into a new house, getting kind of set up. I mean, it's been really awesome, man. Things have been going pretty good. So yeah, you know, then of course, like this road trip. I mean, I say I forgot I bought the tickets, but it's like every time when I do remember that I've got this going on, I'm like, I've been super excited. I think I barely freaking slept last night. Like, we're going tomorrow.
Yeah, this is
road trip.
Yeah, this is gonna be a fun time. Got a little hotel room to lay our heads down later tonight. We won't be there much often.
No.
The halfway thing, we're just gonna fucking check in when we're done. I don't really know.
More or less. I mean, we're gonna get down there early, so we don't have time to check in, throw our shit in there. But I think most of that stuff we're gonna bring along.
Well, cigar, bring, because I know I don't know exactly what he's going to have bumping out there.
Yeah,
so.
I also brought I brought the Judgment Tree 3-year brandy along as well.
Judgment Tree.
That's the one.
Oh, the winery.
Yeah.
Nice.
Out of
that brandy, man. Like, that's one you should write about. And what I want you to do is take a mild aged bourbon, maybe something like Rally Point.
Mm-hmm.
That's a rye, I know that, but take that and sip on it in its younger age.
Yeah.
And then drink this brandy. Now, by no means, I think I can speak for all of us. We're not brandy drinkers.
Not really, but it's.
But this brandy does not taste like brandy. It tastes like a young bourbon.
Well, so that's the difference, I think, with the way that he does it, though, is he does the brandy, and then obviously I think the way he said it, he ages them in. I can't remember if he said he ages them in old whiskey barrels or old wine, or he ages them in like wine casks.
Oh,
I can't remember. I'd have to look, but it's really good.
Hodge.
Yeah, Hodge. No. Yeah, we're also meeting up with the Bourbon Cowboy, Mr. Steve Hodge. Big congrats to him. His son had his daughter early this morning at about 1:30. Savannah Rose Hodges is coming to the world.
Beautiful name.
Yeah, absolutely love it. In fact, that was one of our
country singer.
One on our list.
Yeah, really?
Almost identical to what we were thinking about. So yeah, it's good, man. He's going to meet us up probably somewhere along this trip. We're going to stop and pick him up, or if nothing else, meet him down there.
We got to kind of find a rendezvous point here in the next 100 miles. But this is the perks of driving when you have a road captain with you, and he just pulls us up.
Oh, yes, I am the co-pilot.
Co-pilot. We gotta have a fucking wingman.
Yeah, there you go. And yeah, man. So anyway, something that I've kind of noticed here lately, though. I mean, this year, and I feel like I say this every year, but I think this year in particular, because obviously during 2020 you had a bit of a I won't say a bit. You had a massive resurgence, in my opinion, in the cigar world. I really feel like 2020 brought a lot of new smokers into the cigar world.
Well,
because spending more time at home.
Yeah.
Like people were like, well, you know, and then people started smoking cigars. You know, more new people that hadn't smoked them before, and you're starting to see this massive resurgence.
Yeah, it was kind of a semi-boom a little bit, and not even just new smokers for sure, right? When people, you know, when COVID calmed down, and I'm not saying like it went away or anything, I don't mean that, but when it calmed down,
After the initial,
people were getting comfortable. Like you weren't going out, but you'd go over to your friend's house or you'd go see family and hang out or whatever. Like we did, yeah. You know, we during COVID we saw each other at least once a month.
Oh yeah,
it didn't matter. And we did it right. We were outside 6 feet.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck that.
We took our drugs and shit.
Like,
we're good. But you also had the typical people that would go out with their friends maybe once a week or twice a month or once a month or occasionally would grab a cigar. They started smoking more. And then you saw, you know, companies like Lit Cigar Lounge. They had a mobile delivery service.
No.
You could call up, order cigars, and they deliver them to your door.
Yep.
You know, it basically DoorDash cigars to you.
Yeah.
And a lot of, that's not single to them, a lot of lounges. And I mean, not even lounges, some wholesale stores were doing that across the country.
Yeah, I think like things like the Limited Cigar Association releases, they became super popular. I mean, they went from something where you could pretty much guarantee you're going to get yourself one or two of them to like good luck. I mean, that's out of Bravada. LCA stuff. So that was pretty cool to see, watch that happen. I mean, it does suck because you know, you kind of got to be on the ball whenever they release some of these cigars, but you know, that's always fun. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I've really greatly enjoyed watching all these things kind of change and take place and all that. But back to what I was saying is, I think 2021, like now all of those cigar smokers have kind of like became either brand new cigar smokers or went from casually occasional cigar smokers to regular cigar smokers and forward and so on. You started to see more, those guys became much more into cigars, and I'm not saying they weren't running to your local shop or like the humidor that's in the fucking Total line and grabbing some sticks off the shelves. I mean, they're looking at buying these boutique brands. They're buying these smaller brand cigars, and they're seeing a lot more of that. And that was really awesome because it really, I think 2021 was a great year, and I think we can see that by the releases. Obviously, like a lot of these releases, you know, they're aged for a little while, so the timing was just right for 2021. But it's like so many of these releases have just been, I mean, dude, like it's harder and harder to find some of these releases now.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, they're
and
like,
you're finding a lot like the tobacco nut, right? Things like that, the collabs that are happening that are pretty cool. For example, subscription-based packages, you know, Bravada, Luxury, Perfect, blah 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 blah, name them, right?
Right.
Those got more and more popular, you know, because like I said, if you were that smoker that was once a month, and you know you can't go to your lounge anymore, you sign up, $40 a month, you get 6 cigars to your door,
Yep.
7 a month, you know,
Which is nice.
And it expands people's horizons and things like that. And
Definitely
it's
smoke some
cool.
things you wouldn't normally smoke.
That's true. But it was unique too. I mean, because coming in 22, around the fall of 22, spring of 23, you're going to see a decline in some tobacco. There's going to be wrapper issues. There's going to be some stuff like that. Because there was, during COVID shutdowns, during those times, and then the hurricanes that hit, and flooding and non-planting, non-seeding that took place because you couldn't, you know. You will see some downfall. And downfall, I don't mean that there might not be as much, but you may see prices increase on some cigars. Which, you know, it happens every year, and then some years it drops a little, and then it comes back. It just really depends, but it'll be cool. I'm excited for everybody that's getting into it.
And I think also that's a cool thing too, is seeing so many cigar companies that were kind of going to the wayside. I mean, they were kind of fading out, have come back with like a vengeance.
Yeah.
I mean, Viaje is a great example. I mean, Viaje is an old company. I mean, one of the first cigar posts I wrote for this blog was a very, very vintage Viaje Zombie. That thing was like 8 or 9 years old. So
Viaje's been around since 10 years.
Yeah.
But they were very, very small. Very small. Still boutiqued, I guess.
So, Yeah, so then, you know, but then you see some of the releases now, like they did the Full Moon, which, like, that cigar came and went so quick, it was like, man, oh yeah, I'd like to buy some of that. We did. We smoked that.
Oh, wait, right?
Yeah. That was the first one we smoked. You know, or no, I'm sorry, I smoked the Hooligan first, but anyway. Yeah, man, like, you know, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna grab some of that Full Moon, and I didn't think about it, and next thing you know, I mean, oh my god, you know, I had to beat down the doors on some people that I know, like, hey man, do you have any of this left? Like, yeah, I've got a little left. Like, how much do you want? I was like, I just take 5 of them. And now, smoking through some of those, I wish I would have bought a box.
Yeah.
Because they were amazing, amazing cigars. So, I mean, it is definitely one of those things where things are kind of up and coming, things are changing, companies are coming back that weren't, you know, that kind of had faded, I think, in like the early 2010s, just because of kind of that fluctuation. And I think you're just going to see a lot more people that are getting into cigar smoking, and they're enjoying it, they're learning from it, they're kind of like actually understanding more about tobacco and all the art that kind of goes into putting these things together. I mean, it's not just like, I smoke cigars, I smoke this, you know, whatever $5 stick from the store, and if you say that's what you smoke, it's fine. More people are like, well, I smoke this, it's this type of wrapper, binder, filler, you know, it's aged this long, here's the story behind it. Like, it's cool. It's awesome seeing other people get
are learning, and that's good. I enjoy that. I do. Mark, what's something you smoked lately that's been sticking out to you?
I was really impressed with the Frank. I think that was I was really excited to get the Craft 2021.
Oh, lucky I didn't get any of those.
I might have one for you.
Okay.
In that case,
that'd be great.
Yeah, I got one.
Anyway, we'll get to that later.
I actually liked last year's better.
Yeah.
The Frank was probably my favorite recent stick. I also really liked Foundation Havana Seed Goliath.
I need to get some of those too.
Really like that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's been one of those things where it's like there's been so much awesome stuff coming out lately. It's like, you know, I don't have an unlimited cigar budget, so I had to prioritize what I was buying and when. I mean, you know, I'm like, all right, I know I want this box and this box and this box. I'm buying these in box quantities. But you are seeing like increases in prices.
Oh yeah,
I mean, you're already seeing it. You know,
every year, the more and more you get into this industry, every year between about May and October, you'll see company increases that come across the board. You'll get a letter in the mail, and it's a 1% across all brands, and that might happen 3 or 4 times in those 5 months. You know,
I also
or 4 or 5 months, whatever it is. But
I also noticed an increased demand. So
yeah,
those annual releases that we used to have an easier time getting, like the Craft, they disappear from the shelves a lot faster. You either have to have an in with certain shops, or you have to be there on the day that they receive them, because they only stick around for a day.
Yeah, and part of that attributes to during the COVID shutdown, rolling rooms, you couldn't roll them.
Yeah.
You know, and you can't if you've got a product with a specified amount of age that needs post rolling. If you've got those sitting, you can't just come in 3 months later, roll them up, and then ship them all together.
No.
You know, it doesn't work that way. So your actual production quantity is still there, but not at the allotted time you need it all to go out.
Yep.
And that will really fuck with cost and quantities and everything like that. Come on over, homie.
Sorry about that.
Jesus.
Oh, how nice of him. He's changed my tire. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. So hey, actually, I wanted to, now that we're here, it's November. I mean, we're very close to the end of the year here.
Yes.
What is your, let's say, top 1 or 2 cigars in this year?
I've got an interesting
outside of your own.
I would never say that.
Shameless plug.
You already did that for me.
I know. I plugged you.
You got Roadhead at 8 o'clock in the morning. Look,
You're
great.
Anyway.
So one of them is the Mil Diaz, okay? And reason being on that is when Luciano was in town and I got the privilege to escort my buddy around and we all hung out there shortly before you guys got there for the event. We were sitting outside and Luciano pulled out the 5 leaves that are used in the Mil Diaz.
Oh, this is a good one.
And he rolled cigarillos out of each leaf, and you smoked them in concession, right? Or that's in procession. And then we lit the Mil Diaz behind it. That cigar has forever changed for me because, and I said this on that podcast, I've said it on other podcasts before, that experience is so unique. If you have the opportunity to do it with someone that knows how to do it. Don't ask me because I can't do that.
Well, because you get every individual.
That's
note.
what it is. You actually get to taste what Luciano and Pichardo were doing with John Huber when they put that cigar together.
Yeah.
Right? Where those taste profiles came from and how they put it together. And then when you smoke the final product, it was worlds different than what everything you thought you had when you smoked it the first time. So that cigar sticks out. That is a permanent favorite. Next to that this year, I was very pleased. I'm going to go 3 or 4 here, but I was very pleased with the 21 Calaveras.
That
Pete coming back.
wrapper.
Yeah, I mean, fantastic cigar. And then one that really shocked me that I've been smoking on, I've really enjoyed is, I think everyone knows if you've listened to me talk, I'm not a big Avo guy, but the Avo Caribe came out, the Caribbean release. And that cigar it's a medium strength wise, but the body on it is so fruity. It's got a good amount of spice. It's got some floralness to it, a little gin back on it. Amazing cigar. And it doesn't matter if it's the Robusto or the Toro. The density of it is perfect. The amount of tobacco is exactly where it needs to be. Flavor construct is solid as all hell. And yeah, they've been amazing.
Yeah.
I think that's so far. That's where I'm at.
Keep thinking. Think about what your top ones too, because you're next. Anyway.
And then I've got one bummer that didn't happen this year that I'm really sad about, but we'll have Christmas in July next year. I was very much looking forward to the advent calendars from Tatuaje. But speaking of Tatuaje, I will tell you a cigar that did not light me up. The Creature in the Monster Mash.
Oh.
Not fond of that cigar. I don't really get what the draw is to that. Not really too stoked on that one. Didn't really do much for me. But, you know, is what it is.
Okay.
Other than that, the Old Man in the Sea was really good. The Fausto and the Lancero is fantastic. Perfect. Yeah, I think that's the cigar you had this morning, the Aguilas and the 4 Kicks. That size with that blend is absolutely amazing. I think, yeah, that's pretty much. Some old favorites are always in there,
Sure,
yeah. And there won't be anything really too new coming the rest of the year, so.
Well, Room 101 is releasing Namakubi.
Okay. Well,
So that one I'll be buying a box of. That's my other box purchase this year.
That'll be cool too. That 11th anniversary was good. 101, really good.
Oh yeah.
Really good cigar.
So, Swiffer, what do you got? Mad Russian, what do you think of your favorite cigar was?
Okay, I want you guys to help me remember what it was called though. I really liked the one that was the pairing with the Weller. Does that sound familiar?
The Cohiba Weller?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
that's a good one too.
Yeah, I really liked that one. Also, there was one that we had with Rusty that had the orange band.
Oh, that was the
beginning of the year.
Was that the coil or whatever?
I really liked that one.
Mortal Coil.
Mortal
Coil.
Mortal Coil, yeah. Big, I remember that one. That was
Big Newton, baby.
Big
Yes.
Newtons, dude. Yeah.
I want more of that.
Yeah.
Good luck.
And then of course I'm sticking with the Frank. I really liked the.
I have two of those.
I really liked the Frank. I mean, I bought 2 boxes of that. So.
Oh wow. That's right. He got the right face on the left face. They're the same cigar, but he's got the where you put the boxes together, it's the full Frank face. It's pretty cool. Yeah. So I think for my, were you good? You got any more?
No, You said 3. Those are the 3.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, you could. I don't really care. We've got. It's not like we have a lack of time.
Yeah, we're running out of time, guys.
Yeah. You know, my constraint is like an hour because that's about how long this battery will last, if that. So.
It'll be fine.
So anyway, and I have a second battery, so we can always do another. Anyway, so yeah, I'm probably my number one this year. Is really hard to nail down, but I mean, because there's still some ones I haven't smoked. So that Viaje Full Moon is up there for me. That was such a good cigar. That was my last review I wrote on the page. I wrote that last week. That one, I mean, to me, that one had all of the notes of like almost like unbaked pumpkin pie filling. If you've ever had that before. It's like, it was like pure pumpkin. It was just so good.
There was definitely some pumpkin spice.
Dude, yeah, I mean, yeah. Sure. I mean, it was like, it was so...
I had makeup on, so...
All the nutmeg and allspice and all of that. Oh, God, it was phenomenal. And then like a sweet cinnamon. Other one, definitely the 12-year anniversary from Room 101. I smoked my first one when we were out in Connecticut in September. That was such a beautiful cigar. And then I smoked another one with this guy last week, and like, luckily that was a box of 20, so I get to enjoy those for some time. Because I mean, you can still find them out there. They're not like that hard to find, but they won't be around forever.
Yeah, those didn't get ate up very quick.
No, well, I mean, that's just the thing, man. Is I don't know that. I mean, the original 10-year release was amazing. The 11-year was great. The 12-year is probably my favorite one. I mean, it is just a solid stick. I don't know why people didn't grab them up as fast. I'm not mad about it.
Right.
You know, I was able to get them very easily.
Yeah.
And then those are 2 of them. And then I think like the final one that I'd probably say that I liked, probably up there with probably my top 3, was that the Konu release from this year from TAT.
Yeah, the 21.
The 21. Yeah, that thing. It was a monster cigar. It took us more than 2 hours to smoke that thing.
Damn.
And it was so good.
That cigar was interesting too, because at a 58 ring gauge, this is going to get really nerdy for you guys, but a 58 ring gauge is so in between. It's a little strange.
Yeah.
So 56, 60, 64, 70, 80, 90, these are kind of normal now. 58 is interesting. It's a little mind trickery.
Definitely a different vitola. And if that's sorry, I'm sorry.
Sorry, I gotta.
No piss. All right, we'll find a stop.
Yeah. I'll get up here. We'll get a spot.
Yeah. So, sorry, baby bladder in the back needs to stop tickling. So we'll have a brief break in the video. But no, like, yeah. So, sorry, recentering the camera here. As we drive, we hit bumps. The camera just starts to sneak down the dash. But, yeah. I mean, that thing. You don't get a lot of big 7, almost 8-inch long cigars in that large of a vitola that really stand on its head for the entire smoking experience.
That's very true. That's very true.
You get into those bigger vitolas, right? And you know, I mean, obviously it's not necessarily the length, because obviously Lanceros work out. They're pretty great across the board. It's just the thickness of the tobacco, because you're gonna go with a much longer smoke time, or the thickness of the roll. You're gonna much longer smoke time. A lot of the times the tobacco gets worn out. It's tired. You know, it loses a lot of that flavor, a lot of the oils as it gets smoked. So it's just not as good towards the end.
Yeah.
Tatuaje, they know how to do it, because that Konu, the RC233 just always hit the nail right on the head, even with those bigger vitolas. But no, actually, what I was gonna say, oh, well, yeah, I mean, but it goes to say though, I don't think a smaller vitola of that cigar would have been as good.
No, that blend's in that size for a specific reason. Pete and Pepin, when they got together and did that was made that way for a purpose. Yeah. And there's a reason that when you see the Konu 21, there's not a range of sizes of vitolas. There's just one. That's the size of the cigar. You know, and that's just that. I
mean, not to go back to Room 101, but they've released dozens of different vitolas of the farce.
Yeah.
Both the Maduro and what's the other one? What's that? Yeah, the Maduro and Lobano. Like, both are great. I prefer the Maduro. But I have the Thick Lancero, which I wrote about. I've got the Papi Chulo. I've got their standard, like, regular...
Papi Chulo.
I've got the standard releases that they do. And then the Pyramide, which they did this year, and they did one other one. It's eluding me the name of it. Those are exclusive out of Embargo Cigar. If you haven't, they still got them. Get your hands on them because those guys are awesome. Great personalities. Are huge Room 101 guys. Oh, what's his name?
Who?
The guy who came through. Christ.
From Embargo.
Yeah, from Embargo.
Yep, I'm that guy. Forgot.
Froman. Yeah, when Froman came through St. Louis, because he went out, he was out on the East Coast and drove his way back to New Mexico.
Picked up this 57 Cadillac.
Beautiful car.
Monster car.
When he rode through St. Louis, I sent him to Beast Barbecue, and then I sent him over to Lit Cigar Lounge.
Yeah.
And he has got some greats. Like, they have a great, and then he met up with Matt on the way back. He had rumored that Matt was going to fly into St. Louis, and I'm like, if Matt flies into St. Louis, I'm leaving the wife. We're going out. But
that'd be cool to sit and talk with Matt, man.
One day, man, I'm going to get it set up to where we can do a virtual thing, and I can do the video with him on that.
There you go.
So that'd be fun. Yeah, man, like Vitola makes such a difference, and that's why you see re-releases in different sizes, because they smoke something, they like what it is in a certain Vitola, and then they mix it up and try to do a different size, and then all of a sudden they're like, wow, this is really, really great, this is different, I love this, I like it more than the original, in some cases. So yeah, I mean, it really does make a big difference with those. So I mean, that's why I've written a few different reviews on the different Vitolas of what Room 101 has done. So yeah, and I mean, and obviously, I mean, you've got, Crown Heads does the same type of stuff though, like Crown Heads, they release the different Vitolas of the Las Calaveras every year, and every one of them has their own unique features, their own unique high points and low points, and they're all great in their own right, but like they are uniquely different. So hey, we're gonna stop here and use the restroom. We'll be right back in just a minute, and we'll continue on this little chit chat.
Catching a few. We peed.
We peed. Yeah. So Sumatruskarewski, he had to take a leak.
And then so we all took a leak.
So we all took a leak, and we held it for each other. We took turns, so we're good. We definitely shook it more than twice, so you know how that all goes. Anyway,
there were some heavy streams.
Yeah, heavy flow and a wide set.
We just had a phone call with the Bourbon Cowboy. We're going to meet him up at Arrowhead Stadium. And then...
First time I've ever been to Arrowhead.
Me too. Actually, you guys want to go to a Chiefs game in December?
In December?
Yeah, seriously. It's like the 11th.
We'd have to talk to Whit.
Yeah.
So, I'd have to talk to Whit, see if we make it.
Yeah, I'll ask her. She yelled at me the same way, but I'll ask her.
Well, she'd probably say yes to you. She'll say no to me. She likes you more than me.
Right down that very seriously.
Anyway, she just wants me for my seed. I make cute kids. Anyway, enough about my genetic material. So yeah, man, we're still smoking through what we got. You're finishing up the 2021
This guy's it's pissed me off a little, man. It's been burning like shit the whole trip.
It's been canoeing like a son of a bitch. I mean, this was the face. Yeah, the face has been burning rather well. I've had no issues with it. It's definitely the draw's a little tight, but it doesn't really affect the burn. Lots of good flavors in here. I'm not going to jump into it right now, just because I don't really feel like going nose deep into flavor profiles. How you doing back there, buddy? How's yours? How's that 11 year? That 11th anniversary?
I'm loving this one.
Yeah.
It's going faster than I expected, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
That only came in that size, right?
Yeah, that only came in that size.
Dude, are you shaking?
No.
Right.
If anything, it's caffeine jitters, but
Yeah.
You know,
I love something today, right?
I love having you guys on
I had
the
your
road.
meat.
Well, okay, well, you make sure you eat something, because if you fucking pass out again, I'm leaving you in Weston. I given him a hard time because on last Friday when all the boys were at the house and we were having our Halloween get together, the Russian back here decided not to eat a whole lot that day, and he was putting some whiskey down, and the next thing I know, he passes out, crushes our fucking beer pong table in half, and then we had to carry his ass inside. It was fucking hilarious.
Well, and then the next day, I don't actually remember that stuff, but the next day I'm taking a shower, and I look down at my tattoo, and I was like, I don't have purple ink on my leg.
Yeah, it was so funny because like he was laying there, and he's like on the couch in the garage, because I've got an old couch in the garage, and laying there just kind of doing his thing. And I'm like, yeah, Mark's pretty fucked up. But then all of a sudden he tries to get up, and his girlfriend goes, Sheldon, Sheldon! I'm like, what? I look around and I just see Mark go clunk and just destroy the beer pong table. I'm like, well, there goes that thing.
We had some good games. We had some good games.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we had a good time. But yeah,
I really enjoy having the guys on the road smoking cigars, man. We'll get into our second one, well, my second one here shortly. Man, I hate drivers. You know that?
People on the road.
Yeah. Like I'm cruising. Like I'm not a speed demon when I drive. Like speed limit's 70. I'm cruising 76. You know, and I get people plowing up my ass.
I love to drive, man.
Move over and we're just chilling, smoking cigars, and we're getting mean ass looks.
Yeah, I'm getting. Yeah, I love. I mean, the family and I, we go on road trips constantly. I mean, we drove earlier this year. We drove to New Hampshire and then through Boston down to Rhode Island, because that's where my wife's family lives. And then later this year, like right after Christmas, we're driving down to Disney. We decided it's easier to drive than to fly. Yeah. It's cheaper, way cheaper right now. I mean, even with gas prices the way that they are. So that's nice. But yeah, I mean, it's you know, yeah, people, I tell you what, some of the worst states to drive through, there were like Ohio and friggin' Indiana. They're terrible.
Man, dude, if you get on, is it 50? It becomes 55, that highway, right? It's just straight.
No, because 55 is going north. It's 70.
No,
it's
270? 270? Whatever.
270.
From Indianapolis to St. Louis is a straight road. Like very few bends and turns in this highway.
Not even hills.
Straight. Like you can't even like coast. You're just moving.
Yeah.
Straight.
Yeah. And they're always working on those highways, and then you got people that are going 10 miles over the speed limit, and they're hanging out in the left lane. It's a pain in the ass. But yeah, man. No, I mean, things are good though. Right, going great right now, man. I'm really enjoying this Tatuaje, this face, and yeah, I mean, we've got some really nice treats.
Yeah, we're gonna smoke some crazy shit.
We're gonna smoke some good stuff here in a little bit.
Probably gonna call up Wreck-It Rusty here in a few and see what he's up to.
Definitely, we could have him on.
Yeah, let's do it right now.
Let's call Mr. Rusty. Let's call the big man himself.
Call Rusty McCauley.
Calling Rusty McCauley.
Using his voice commands. Not even texting and driving. Proud of him. It's not gonna kill us all the way there.
Smoking and driving, it's harder.
What's up, baby?
Wreck-It Rusty.
What's up, brother?
What's up?
Hey, you're currently on the Cigar Dad blog.
Yeah, you're on the video.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Say hello.
Say hi.
Hey, what's happening, everybody?
Hey, man. So, hey, tell everybody about yourself. Give them your official title.
There we go.
Mark, what is my professional title?
He is the Super Sales President, General Space Force Manager of General Cigar Company.
Right.
In the Midwest.
I am the Midwest Premium Sales Manager for General Cigar.
I don't know what sounds better on a nameplate, what you said or what I said.
I think what you said is way better. I really like this.
He just needs a nameplate that's
like
what
it was. I really like the addition of Space Force.
Come on, man. Hey, so all right, little update with us. Hodge became a grandpa last night, about 1:30 this morning.
Oh, nice. Congrats to Hodge.
So we're spinning up a little bit. We are headed to Arrowhead right now to pick him up, and then we're coming over from Arrowhead into Weston. So we should land about 12:30 right there at the event.
I think VIP gets in at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, and we got VIP because we're very special.
We're fucking important. All right.
What's on the menu today, man?
So there will be myself there. I think McAuliffe will be there, and Altadas. So I think those are the three cigar manufacturers going to be featured today. I believe we're all going to run like a 3-in-1 5 and 2 on product. It's going to be depending on what Zeb brings up from his humidor. But honestly, anything that's in their humidor downstairs, if I'm going to run the deals. If you go downstairs and buy my product, I'll still give you free stuff upstairs.
So is the lounge open after the event?
Well, the lounge is open all day.
Oh, right on. Cool.
So his store will be open all day.
We got some fun stuff planned today. I know you're going to hang out with us for a while, right?
Right. Yeah, I'm going to hang out afterwards.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Who's coming up from McAuliffe?
Brandon Luna.
Right on.
Yeah.
Cool. Be nice to see him.
Well, I mean, hey, if you need to crash at a hotel, you can always spoon with one of us in our beds.
Yeah, I was telling Mark that it's really tough when I'm only like 35 minutes from home to sleep in a hotel.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Especially with being on the road all week.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, if you just wanted to go back to your old Marine Corps days and spoon with another Marine, I mean, we could definitely make that happen.
Hey, we got to celebrate our birthday soon, so...
God, dude, that'd be a great thing to celebrate tonight.
I didn't tell you guys, got a box of crayons in the truck.
Oh, yes, I'm so glad. I am getting hungry, so...
Right on, man. So it's going to be a pretty big whiskey layout, too, right?
Yeah, I haven't heard how many vendors are there, but if it's anything like last year, I want to say last year they had like 30 or 40 different whiskey vendors.
Oh, goody. Can't wait to not feel my feet later.
Yeah.
Are they going to be selling bottles there, too?
Yeah, I believe you can buy bottles.
Sweet. Money.
Yeah, it's always a good time. It's going to be a beautiful day, mid-60s. Yeah, it'll be fantastic.
Yeah, it's going to be a perfect day for this. And it's absolutely gorgeous outside, so...
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to look good, man. All right, well, we'll let you go. We'll see you in a couple hours.
Sounds good, boys.
Look forward to it, my man. And we're going to have a good time, all right?
Cheers, brother.
All right. See you guys.
Love you, buddy.
Love, bye.
All right, awesome. Well, you heard the man. He's going to be, like I said, Rusty's a great guy. I mean, he's got General Cigars, probably the biggest cigar distribution group. I mean,
that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, and Rusty's always bringing us all the up and coming and new stuff that they're releasing and the new brands that they acquire and all that stuff. So it's going to be great, man. I mean, I'm going to try to bring the GoPro in later if I got the battery space to do it. Do a little walkthrough of the Whiskey Fest. That would be fun to kind of get on video for you guys to check out.
And that's cool. The lounge will be open all day, so when we get done, we're going to go down, check out a lounge up here in Weston.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a pretty dope spot. Pretty interested on that. What's that?
Portable battery. That work for
no, it won't. It'll be okay. Yeah, so it's all good. So yeah, I mean, this is going to be fun stuff, man. This is fixing up to be a great day. I mean, everything, knock on wood, has gone completely without a hitch. We've had no problems whatsoever. And really getting excited for getting up there.
Yeah,
man.
It's been a good drive too, not too bad.
Traffic's light. So.
Yeah. The economy's doing good, man. There are semis everywhere.
Shit, man.
Everywhere.
Honestly, right now they're looking so hard for more truckers. I mean, this is actually light comparatively speaking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, my stepdad drives trucks, so he's one of those. I mean, he said, yeah, he's making great money. He's like, I'm making tons of money off this, doing this, but man, I am so freaking busy all the time. It's unbelievable. That's a beautiful.
You see that layout?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Like, nice walk down to the lake. Yeah. I wish you guys could see some of the stuff that we're driving past. I mean, it's central Missouri. It's pretty flat. It's mostly farm ground, but there are some spots out here that are just beautiful. Beautiful.
Knockout spots.
I mean, I didn't grow up in this area, but this kind of landscape is what I grew up with in southern Illinois, so this just brings me home. So yeah.
Hey, just hit 33,000 on the truck.
All right. Woo!
Yay!
How old's this truck? Whoops.
April, May, June,
The 2 years old yet?
7 months?
That's not bad, I guess.
I drove it.
You've driven the shit out of it, though.
But she's pretty.
Yeah, she's a nice truck. Yeah. So...
We would have taken the 4Runner, but somebody doesn't smoke in his car.
Yeah, sorry. I can't smoke in the brand new vehicle. That and I had car seats in the back, so that made things...
We'll take them out.
Next time. Next time.
Next time. Then we're getting... Oh, shit, next time.
Next time.
Like, that's all aside. Free cigars waiting tomorrow.
Tomorrow. So yeah, what do you think about smoking next, Mr. Mark, for yourself?
I'm actually gonna pull out my OG favorite.
What's that?
My Diesel Unholy Cocktail.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I've had you smoke those, yeah?
I don't know.
No? You'll smoke it then. I'll smoke something else.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So the Diesel Unholy Cocktail, I can have Pops here show it to you. Pull it out of there.
Yeah,
It's
so
a short
this is
one
such
on
a
the
cool
side.
case too.
It's a short one on the left.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, I think I do have some of these here, actually.
So that's the Diesel Unholy Cocktail. That is AJ Fernandez's very first ever cigar he rolled. And
I think I got some of these.
it never went public. It's still not public. You can only buy them at Cigars International or cigar.com or whatever else they own.
I've got some.
That has and always will be one of my favorite top 5 cigars of all fucking time.
Yeah.
Now what the other 4 are is gonna be really hard for me to tell you because I don't really know. But
I mean, yeah, maybe think about that. Maybe that'll be the end of the question for the end of the video. What are your top 5 all time? Not right now. Think about it. But it gives you some time. Don't put you on the spot. Buffering.
Dialing up.
Beep.
Matt Russian, what you on now, man?
Roma 2020.
Ooh, the Craft 2020. That's a good one. I've got about 4 of those left in my box in the
You know how many of those I have left? Those are our COVID FaceTime or Zoom smokes.
Yeah. That was one of the first times I was on the podcast.
Yep. Yeah.
That was even before I started this whole thing. Before I started this thing, and still to this day, whenever I'm a guest on the podcast, I am the squirting German. If you guys haven't,
it's about fucking time.
Yeah, I'll embrace it. I'll embrace it. So, yeah, I mean, I remember smoking that one. Man, that was a good one. The draw on that one was a little rough, but I've got a box. I got 4 of them left. Because that, honestly, funny story about that. I got a box of those for free.
Yeah.
And a box of the Karloffs for free.
You know, I think to this day, I think we finally figured out what happened there. Because wasn't it Frenchman? Wasn't it Curtis?
Yeah. So I ordered just a 10-pack of the Les Bijoux 1922 My Father's, which if you haven't smoked them, that's one of my top 5 probably all time. It's an amazing smoke. And I got it in the Churchill. That sucker, it has another like hour 45 smoke. It's a long smoke. So, I bought a 10-pack of those from Perfect Cigar Blend, and I think they just oopsed. Ironically enough, that exact same time, same day, really around the same time, Curtis French, the Frenchman from the podcast, he apparently ordered some as well. This exact order. He ordered a box of the Karloff, and he ordered a box of the Craft 2020s. And so, you know, I'm just sitting there one day. I know that the shipment of those, the Les Bijoux are going to be there, and I'm like, all right, not a big deal. And I go out my front porch, they've been delivered, and I'm like a kid on Christmas, like, ooh, cigars are here. And I walk out front, and I notice this box is really damn big. I'm like, there should be, I mean, they whenever you order from Perfect Cigar Blend, they'll throw in a couple extra sticks. It's like a thank you, or a lighter, or a cutter, or something like that. Nothing crazy over the top fancy, but it's a nice little gift.
Yeah, didn't you get a Lennox?
Yeah, I got a Lennox that time. That was great. Yeah, so they sent some good stuff along. Lennox, talking about the LFD, La Florida Dominicana Lennox. Great smoke.
Can I have a water bottle?
So,
Sorry?
we're smoking that. Here, I'm just going to ditch this out the window.
Oh, thanks, man.
If I can get a hold of it. Come back here, you little bugger. So, I go out and I get this box. I'm like, man, this is really big and rather heavy. I really don't know, like, what did they all send me? Hold on a second. So, sorry, it's going to get loud. Window went all the way down on me. So I get this box, I get them in, and you know, I'm like, all right. I go in, I open them up, and I pull out mine, and then I pull out a box of the Karloff and a box of the 2020 Craft 2020, and I'm like, there's $600 worth of cigars here, and I'm like, my wife looks at me, she goes, are you kidding me? And I'm like, what? I was like, you said you didn't have the kind of money to spend on that stuff. Why are you spending this money? I'm like, babe, I didn't buy these.
I spent $40.
Yeah, I think, yeah, it was like $60. I spent like $60. She goes, what? And I go, I didn't buy these. She goes, one of the guys must have bought this for you.
Oh, Dude, she was hot on me.
She's like, Mark, did you buy him all those cigars?
Fucking months.
And I was like,
I still don't think she believes me.
No, I was like, no. And she's like, no.
And I'm like,
no.
what the, first off, what the fuck? I'm the only one that didn't get a fucking box of Karloff. Why would I give it to him?
Right.
Love him.
Because he's
Love
the
you.
tattoo guy.
Love you to
tattoo
death.
guy.
Love you to death, man. Okay?
No,
like,
I get
literally,
it.
take a bullet the whole nine, got your kids if you're on, all that shit. No fucking way.
So I'm like, what the hell is going on? So they sent, we think to this day, I thought that it was a glitch in their ordering system, because I'm pretty positive that I had those cigars, those boxes of cigars in my cart. I just hadn't checked out with them. And I'm like, okay. So I thought that was the case. So I went back and I tried to do it again. I tried to replicate it. I added something in my cart in a separate window. I closed the window. I went and I ordered something else and it got delivered, but it was just that cigar. So it wasn't a glitch in their ordering system. Now, in all honesty, if I would have gotten them again, that would have been one of those things. Like, I would have called them and let them know, I was like, hey, you guys have a glitch in your system where if you're doing this, it'll send those cigars to them. Because if that's the case, I mean, man, they were sending potentially thousands of cigars. PerfectCigarBlend.com. One of the places I get a lot of my stuff. And I'm a member of their monthly cigar subscription, which you should check out if you haven't.
Yeah, they're good. I'll endorse them.
Absolutely phenomenal. $60 is for the gold membership, and you get so much more than that. I mean, I routinely get Davidoff's, Arturo Fuente releases. I mean, I get Tatuajes, I get Las Calaveras stuff. I get literally all the great stuff that I love to smoke. And plus a bunch of other stuff that I would never usually buy, but turns out they're actually really great cigars. So I'm like, all right, so it comes. Now the Frenchman ended up getting all of his. He called them like, hey, I never got my stuff, and they sent him his stuff. But it was just wild. I had all that stuff show up that day, and I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, it was really funny. Dad's here, wife, because I had been given. It's what I do with my cigar. If you know me, if you're around me. And I'm very fortunate to have friends that do the same thing. I have cigars because we smoke them,
yeah.
Right? So I would hand shit off. I'd hand it off all the time. We do it all the time. Between the three of us alone, without getting everyone else involved, well over 10 grand worth of cigars have been shared over the years between the three of us.
Yeah.
You agree with that, Mark?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, because in between the three of us, we have cigars in our humidors. We can 100% open the shop. I mean, we've got cigars. I mean, I've got probably at least 1,200 at home. You've got probably 3,000 or 4,000, and then Mark has probably got it. Let's say 800 or so.
Yeah.
And that's just because he downsized whenever in his recent divorce.
Yeah.
He had, he kind of split like his cigar collection up, and he's got a smaller collection now, but it's still substantial. He's still got a nightstand size humidor that's full of cigars.
Very nice.
So yeah, I mean, it was just so wild with those. But yeah, the Craft 2020 is a great smoke.
Yeah.
So.
What were we bringing that up?
He just was what he was smoking.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. But I'm just about done with this one. I might take a quick break and drink some water before we jump into the next smoke. So we might, I think we're gonna hop off here for a few minutes, and we'll come back with our next stick, and then we'll wrap out the video, at least on the road trip. I'm probably gonna throw these all together in one. I might split these up actually, because this is already gonna be an hour video.
Oh, do a series.
So, yeah. So yeah, check it out. I think next week I'm gonna try to release all these videos. Get a few more blog posts up on the site as well, especially with that Nappy Bee and some of the other great smokes that I've got that I still haven't gotten to. I still haven't written about the Calaveras 2021 yet, so I've got so much stuff I've got to get to, and it's just like, it's always just a running tally of, I mean to smoke this, but I never get a chance to. I get a chance to, but then I forget to write it. Anyway, all right,
cheers,
we'll be
guys.
back in a minute.
Catch you later.
Yep. All right, we're back for the last little installment we got. We went ahead and lit our next one. Like he said, he's smoking the Diesel Unholy Cocktail. I lit up a Room 101 exclusive blend for Club Humidor, and from Matt Booth. And then Mark is he's just now getting into the Craft 2020. So, yeah, man, so we made it all the way out to Kansas City. We're sitting right here in front of the Chiefs Kingdom. Yeah. So the Viking is a bit of a Chiefs fan, so we kind of waiting to meet up with another buddy, Mr. Bourbon Cowboy, here in just a little bit. So we figured we'd stop and kind of chill, stretch our legs in the parking lot, and hang out for a few minutes before we snag him. Might grab a bite to eat here in a few, and then we'll keep on our way for another 45 minutes up to Weston and get things going. But yeah, we just wanted to come back one last time, close the video out. Big thanks to you guys, to everybody watching the video. I'll have this up this weekend, probably tomorrow afternoon. You know, just kind of enjoying this, man. It's been a great time. I mean, it's been really awesome riding along with these guys. We're going to get ourselves into some whiskey here in just a little while.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. While we're driving.
Really, no, absolutely not. We don't drink and drive.
Actually, in this state, everyone can be drinking except for the driver, right?
Yep. It is an open.
Yeah, they don't have any open container laws. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, no, it was a good drive, man. Easy drive. It was nice. The Squirt and German said, we're sitting up here waiting to meet up with the Bourbon Cowboy. So
Grandpa Hodge.
Grandpa Hodge. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. I'm pissed too. Yeah, but we're sitting here. This is pretty cool. So actually, those tickets we have for December are right up there.
Nice, man. Right yeah, I mean, I was a Rams fan growing up, so now kind of by extension, I'm a Chiefs fan because you know, they're the closest one to me, and they're the only team that I could feel like I could represent in the football world. Not the Bears. The Bears.
Mike Ditka.
Mike Ditka. If you don't know what that means, get your ass on to Saturday Night Live. If you don't know what Saturday Night Live is,
Mike
you're too young.
It's the Bears.
You're too young to be watching this fucking video. Now, all right. Well, hey, we just wanted to come back one last time. We're gonna say goodbye to y'all. The Viking, why don't you lead it out?
Yeah, guys, so it's gonna be fun. He's gonna get some cool footage today. We're gonna try and line a podcast up tonight with everybody, and it should be a lot of fun, man. So,
and I'll shoot him over the video link and everything, so you'll be able to check that out on the post for the for his next podcast, so you can see all the video stuff that we did inside of the Whiskey Fest. So you guys can get a live look into that as well.
For sure. So thanks, guys. Russian, say bye, man.
До свидания.
That's done. Yeah, okay. That means I'm gonna murder your family if you don't give me your money. Anyway, hey, it was great talking to you guys again. This is the Cigar Dad. We're out of here. Cheers.